If you haven't, my name is Hannah. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a background about today's video. My favorite store to shop at when I was in high school was Forever 21. I really liked that store so much. A lot of variety, pretty cheap. I don't really shop there much anymore. I feel like as a 20-something-year-old with a professional job, I should probably look a little fancier than a lot of the stuff at Forever 21. But I was at the mall the other day, and while I was there, I decided to stop in Forever 21. Why not? Whatever. Some of their stuff is still really cute and can be dressed up. So as I was walking around, I noticed near the checkout there was a lot of makeup actually, and I was surprised. I haven't been in there for a couple years, but I think I bought fake eyelashes there once, but they had a lot of stuff. Found myself thinking, is it any good? I mean, I would imagine any makeup they have at a clothing store is probably not that good, but I don't know. I decided to give it a try. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video for you guys. I bought a whole bunch of makeup online from Forever 21. I've literally got this whole bag and it's completely full of makeup. And I'm gonna put it all on for you, give you my impressions right on the spot, and let you know if I think it's good or not. In light of the whole theme of this video, I decided to don my Forever 21 sweatshirt. I don't care, I'm getting tacos. If you know me, you know that I love Mexican food and tacos, so I felt this was fitting for the situation. I wanted to do a full-ish face of makeup with what they have, but they don't actually have any kind of concealers or bases. So I already did my primer and I did my foundation and all that fun stuff. I'm just gonna do contour, highlighting, eyeshadow, blush, all that good stuff, mascara, lipstick, everything else I'm gonna be doing with all Forever 21 brand stuff. If you look online, Forever 21 sells stuff from other brands. Some of them I had heard of, like they have NYX on there, but some of them I had never heard of before, but then they do have products that are their own specific brand, and I made sure that I only bought things that were Forever 21 brand specifically for this video. So the first thing I'm gonna do here is use this face palette. This is how it looks by itself, and I'm going to also use this brush pack that I got. It's got this little guy here, like a rose gold color kind of, or like a bronzy. This little one and this fuzzier one. They're actually kind of soft. I guess one's for like contour. These aren't bad. I'm gonna tell you, like total, I spent $50 like on everything that I got. I don't even think that I had to pay for shipping, but I spent 50 bucks total, and after you see everything that I got, you will understand, like, this stuff was so cheap because I got a really big haul of stuff. So we're just gonna try this out. I'm gonna probably stick with these two cooler tones here, and then the light color too. So I'm gonna start with this lighter color. I can already tell it's like it's really powdery. It's like making a cloud. The brush is really soft actually. I kind of like this. I was kind of hoping that this brush was really nice when I ordered it, because I don't know, I'm not really a huge fan of the contouring brush that I use every day. It's okay, but it's kind of like the bristles are kind of hard. So I was hoping these would be awesome and then I could just use these from now on. I don't know, we'll see. Now I'm gonna use the lighter color here. Actually, I'll probably do it like this first. I mean, I don't hate the color. It's going on pretty well. It's not bad. Maybe a little, I mean, as cool as this is supposed to be, maybe it's a little warm, but I mean, you can't have everything. I have to compare it like side by side to my Kat Von D to really get a good comparison, but I mean, so far I don't hate it color wise. And this brush is actually pretty nice for contouring. I used a little bit of the darker one too and kind of darkened it up. I think it blended pretty well. I can tell that these have a little bit of a shimmer in them. the white one doesn't really look like it does. And probably not the darkest one either, but the rest of these four, especially this one, which I'm assuming is actually supposed to be like a highlighter, the rest of these all have a little bit of a shimmer to them, which is kind of strange for a contour color. It's probably, you know, I'm gonna guess it's supposed to be more of like bronzer, I guess, and that's why it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. I'm kind of excited actually because it would be really nice to take this with me like on vacation as opposed to my Kat Von D palette, just because I'd be so devastated if that one broke. But this was like $6.90, it was really cheap. So if this works out, I will probably make it my travel palette. Okay, not bad. So next I'm going to use the blush color here. It's a pretty light pinky. Ooh, picks up very strong. Not a bad color, really not. And the shimmer's kind of nice in it too. I actually kind of like this color. There were two of these face palettes, like there were two different color options. I picked this one specifically because it did have the blush color in it. I kind of wanted to get everything in the least amount of items I possibly could, because as cheap as everything was, it was kind of starting to add up when I was getting everything individually. Like all this stuff so far is like pretty blendable and everything. Okay, so that's not a bad color either. For the highlighter, I'm going to take this little one, the one that came with the other brush. I did buy a separate highlighter color. I didn't actually know this one was kind of one as well, so I'll try this one on one cheek and then the one that I bought separately on my other cheek, just so I can kind of compare. Holy crap. This stuff is loose. Wow, it's actually got a really nice shimmer to it. And this little baby brush is so cute too. It's doing a pretty good job. I don't know if you can see that, but oh my goodness, this is really strong actually. Wow, I'm actually really impressed with this highlighter. It's really strong. And then I guess it's also kind of combining with the other shimmers in the contour and the blush color I used. But it's actually got a really nice shine to it. So the other one that I got is this. It's called Illuminator. Let's check that one out. It actually looks like a really similar shade. So I'm just gonna hold them up against each other here. I feel like it's actually almost the same color. This one just has a bit more of a shimmer to it than this one does. So, I mean, the one in the palette was actually pretty intense, so I'm wondering what this one's gonna be like. Let's give it a shot. Holy crap. It's like straight up sparkles. Whew. It's definitely, like, you can tell that the shine in this one from the palette is a bit more fine. Like, it's a finer shimmer, but it's also a little more dense. These are like pretty big chunks of sparkles. So this definitely, I feel like, would be more of a bold, like, I don't know, festival look, I guess. Not that I've literally ever gone to a festival in my life, but it's definitely super sparkly. This one looks more like just a standard bright highlighter. This one's like sparkles on my face. But again, the colors are very similar. So since I like the one in the palette better, I'm gonna probably keep using that one. Okay, wow, so I give this a thumbs up. I definitely like this palette. I didn't try all the colors, I only tried those two, the blush and the lightest color. That's probably for a warmer skin tone. Oh, and then I tried this too, so I guess I tried everything but the warmer one. So I actually really like this palette for $7, less than $7. You really can't complain. And these brushes also, they worked pretty well. I'll probably keep using all of those things. This highlighter was fine too, it's just really sparkly. So if I ever want that look, I mean, I would definitely use this. This one was $6, so not bad. So I'm one of those weirdos who does their face before I do my eyes. So I haven't done my brows yet, but I got this brow palette here. I don't remember if there were different options for this or not. If there were options though, I definitely chose the lightest of the two. So the packaging is very plain. And inside it has these two brushes. One's longer than the other one, I guess more for like blending maybe. And the two colors, one's a lighter color and one's a darker color. So just for the heck of it, I'm gonna try to use the brushes that it came with. And then if I just absolutely can't work with them, I'm going to use my Anastasia one. So I'm gonna use the lighter color first. Okay. So far, it doesn't really seem like it's super blendable. It's kind of just sticking where I put it. Okay, and I'm definitely not a fan of these brushes. They're super cheap. So I'm gonna actually switch to my Anastasia brush. Those ones were like, the bristles were super stiff and plasticky. Like I'm feeling like I'm not really loving this. It's okay. It's kind of a weird color. Like it's, I mean, which is probably good for me, but it's kind of like a reddish tint to it, which is weird because on here it does not look that way at all. I'm gonna try to use the darker color towards the back of my brow. It actually looks really dark. So this color is a little bit better. I feel like it's not as like reddish. Not even, you know what, it's not even red. It's like orangish. That's what it is. It's kind of got like this weird orangish color to it. But the darker one's not bad. Because like this dark color, as dark as it looks, like it's really not applying that darkly. Not super thrilled with these colors in particular. The brow powder that I usually use, if I'm gonna use powder, is actually from Peak Beauty. It's a smaller brand. They have one of those like two-toned things like this too. And even though neither of them are like a red, which is what I dye my hair, I still feel like they match pretty well, at least to my natural eyebrow color, but these have like a weird orange tint to them. I mean, it's not like the end of the world. Like, I can use a brown eyeshadow and just like be fine with the way that it looks on my brows, but I definitely don't think that I'll be coming back to this. And this rang in at $3.90 for this. Okay, so with my brows all done, I'm going to move on to this smoky eyeshadow palette. They actually had quite a few eyeshadow palettes. I decided to stick with this one just so I could get a pretty accurate feel for the formula and everything without having to worry too much about a bold color. I mean, there are quite a few colors in here. Ugh, if I can get it out of this thing. Ow, goodness gracious, this is really stuck in there. I'm just gonna rip that off. So, like I said, I like the sleek design of it. It's like, you can tell it's just very cheap. It's not like a nice quality or anything, it's just plastic. If you open it up, it comes with one of these horrid eyeshadow applicators. Like this side, maybe. Okay, sure. It actually kind of looks like the one that came with my Modern Renaissance palette. And it's actually kind of soft, but I will not be using the little squishy side. And it actually came with an eyeliner as well, which is kind of cool, just like a pencil. I did buy a liquid one, so I'll probably be using that. But as you can see, there's quite a variety. We've got some blacks, browns, a couple of like neutral brownish ones, a pink, and then some really nice shimmers. It looks like all of them except for this slate color and the white are all shimmers. Those two are matte. So here we go. I'm gonna do some of the white color just along my brow. Ooh. I can definitely see it, but it's like white in here, and it's probably not picking up as bright. For my transition color, I'm gonna do this like skin colored one. I might build it up more after that, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of fallout with these, but I mean, I guess I kind of expected that. It's not like top dollar I'm paying here. For the record, this was $9, $8.90, but whatever. Yeah, like when I brush it on here, like you can tell it's just like getting all over the place. They actually had, like I said before, they had quite a few eyeshadow palettes. One of them, which was the one I actually felt like would really work the best. I mean, I'm just guessing based on price. The colors looked really nice in it too, but it was like $40, and I was thinking I'm not really interested in spending $40 for an eyeshadow palette from Forever 21. Goodness, this is like really everywhere. Ew. I'm also gonna use, I guess, this one between the pink and the skin colored one. It's kind of like a weird shimmery brownish purple color, I guess. Okay, I guess it's fine. Nothing that I'm using so far is super pigmented. Then again, I haven't really used anything dark yet, but we shall see. Now I guess I'll go for the one that's one step darker here and kind of put it in my outer corner. I really feel like you can't see that very well. Maybe I'll go to this one actually, the darkest brown that's actually on here. I don't know, I just really feel like as dark as it looks in here, it's really not showing up like at all. I'm gonna use a different brush. Let's see if we can pick up a little more pigment. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not really seeing much of anything. I mean, if you really are into neutrals, sure. Because this is about as neutral as it's gonna get. Yeah, I have on like the pretty dark color brown. Definitely, like, don't even see it. I mean, kind of, but not really. So we're gonna jack it up a little bit here. I'm gonna go for this slate color, the matte one, to see if I can get anything on here. Okay, that's a little bit more. Yeah, definitely not blending well. I'm not gonna lie, I did not have very high hopes for this eyeshadow palette, and it's kind of living up to my expectation. Yeah, wow, this is just not blending at all. I'm gonna use this really dark one now. I mean, going into these really dark colors, like, you can at least see them. I'm just using, I don't know, I'm just kind of using whatever now, just to see if I can get a good color. You can see the color now, but it's just really not blending well. I guess last, I'm gonna try these light sparkly ones here. I'm gonna try to put the pink one like on my lid. You can kind of see the pink in that, I guess. And I'm gonna use the really light one here. I'm really bad at holding this guy. Just put it in the inner corner. And stick some up by my brow too. Well, I mean, these are definitely, they're definitely really sparkly, but there's not much pigment to them. and they really don't cooperate very well. So this is what I got here. I don't know if you can see it. It's not my best work by far. It definitely looks kind of smoky. It's just really light. So I'm gonna finish up the other eye here. But yeah, I'm definitely not into this smoky eyeshadow palette. Not really gonna give this one a thumbs up at all. Okay, so I tried to doctor this up a little bit with both eyes, and I don't know. I feel like I just kind of look like I have two black eyes right now, but whatever. Now I'm going to use this black eyeliner. It's a felt tip ultrafine eyeliner, and we'll see how it goes. So it's definitely very fine. Okay, so I actually don't hate this. It goes on pretty well. And it's a nice matte color. Or, well, not color, but a matte black. Okay, so not my most perfect application, but I actually really like this. It's very, very fine. Makes it really easy to do small details. It doesn't dry. Very glossy. It's really matte, and it's a really rich black color, so definitely give this one a thumbs up. I actually do really like this eyeliner. It works very well. It's super duper thin, which is nice. It was almost too thin to the point where like I was having to like make sure I didn't just like mess it up real quick because it was so fine. And for the record, the eyeliner was $4.90. Next, I'm going to use this mascara. It's called Mega Fiber Lash. This mascara is $4.90. It's really big and shiny. I'm gonna curl my lashes first. Okay. So far I actually like the applicator wand. They look like they'd be really good at separating my lashes, so let's give it a shot. And of course, I'm already getting it on my eyelid. Awesome. At first, I really thought I liked it, but now it's really clumping. I'm just gonna leave it alone for a minute and let it dry. This is really clumping. And it's like really wet, but it's like, oh, it's like really gooey and like globby. I'm gonna try to go over it. See, look, it's just like really like gooey. I'm gonna try to go over with a second coat. I don't know if it's like a terrible idea, but yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on this. It's really clumping my lashes together. I feel like it just makes me look like I have like 5 lashes on each eyelid. Wow, and the second application is seriously not helping. But it's just really clumpy. I mean, it's really dark, but yikes. Not a fan of this mascara fiber lash. Mega Fiber Lash mascara. Okay, anyways, so the last thing that I have is this liquid lipstick and lip liner kit. It's supposed to be a matte, and this was $5.90, and I got it in shade Plum. So it's just these two guys. This one looks a little darker than that liquid actually does, but I guess we'll give it a whirl. So my first thought about this liner is that it's not very creamy. It's like very stiff, like very pencil-like, like a physical liner pencil. Not very creamy at all. Okay, and it's super dry and clumpy. Like, can you see how it's just like really clumpy in some spots? It's not going on very nicely at all. I'm gonna try to work with it here. It's really bright purple too. Okay, so now I'm gonna try the liquid lipstick. Ooh, it's a flat one. Doesn't really smell like anything. Okay, it's looking very glossy. I mean, obviously it's gonna have to dry, but... And I can already tell that it definitely is a bit of a brighter shade than the liner. I was just eating some potato chips, and I feel like I'm getting like little chunks of chips everywhere. And my lipstick. Okay, so the color is definitely more of like a... It's definitely this color. It's almost more of a magenta, maybe? Not very plum. It definitely has a pink tint to it. It seems okay for now. Like it doesn't feel very glossy like I first thought. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes though and let it dry before I can determine if it's really a very good matte or not though. So oh goodness. Well, that kind of answers that question. I took a couple minutes to let this dry and it didn't really dry, as you can tell. Still kind of shimmery. Also, in my little drying break, I took a little snack break, ate some candy, and yeah, it definitely kind of like rubbed off on my lips where I was chewing. So this lipstick is gonna be a no for me. So this is my completed look. Like I said, nothing too daring, but I am impressed and also feeling about how I imagined I would be feeling about some of the products. But all in all, I would say this was a relatively good experiment. So, in conclusion of my Forever 21 makeup haul, this is what I have decided. This little brush combo here, I'm a fan. It's a yes. This little face palette and the felt tip pin, also yeses for me. In the maybe category, I have this highlighter, which was decent, but very sparkly. And the lipsticks. I decided to keep them in the maybe because they're not terrible. Like, the color's kind of fun and stuff, and it's not a super long-lasting lipstick, and it's not matte for sure, but I don't hate it, so it's a maybe. And then in the oh no, gotta pass category, we have the Mega Fiber Lash Mascara, this brow palette in brown, and the smoky eyeshadow palette. These are all gonna have to be no's for me. If you have any suggestions for things like this you want me to do in the future, definitely let me know. If you liked this video or you disliked it, you want me to do something specific, again, just let me know. Add in the comment section down there what you liked, what you didn't like, ideas. So thank you guys for watching my review of a full face First Impressions Forever 21 makeup look. Thanks guys, I'll see you again next time. Bye.